What up, y'all? This is Fenrir Moon from UnitedComicsUniverse. I want to thank everyone for supporting us from the beginning until now. Being with us with this. Basically, this video is about my health situation, my death experience. I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. I ain't trying to have y'all in here watching a long video about it. So I'm not gonna explain everything, but I'm gonna try to explain most of the stuff I can explain to you guys. Okay. Now, my health situation: I have brain damage. And I have a heart condition called the Bugatti syndrome, and I have stomach issues, and I have weight issues. I'm always constantly in pain. Even when you go watch my videos, I'm not on every video, but a good majority of them I'm on. I edit everything. All the videos you see that I have edited, but when you see me laughing, like right now I'm laughing and all that stuff, like I'm in constantly pain non-stop for years now, non-stop. But one thing I would just wanted to let y'all guys know, that when you see people out there actually have health problems, have health issues, please have more compassion for them, because they actually is going through a lot. They fighting for their life like I am, and we develop bitterness. You know what I'm saying? Especially ones that doesn't have support like the way I have. I have people that pretty much I consider my family that look out for me this whole time I was sick. Now my actual family that I was actually raised up with, they don't look out for me like that. They barely even call me to check up on me. They know I have health issues. They know I've been in the hospital a few times for my health issues, but they do not call or check on me to see how I'm doing. If they do call me, it's basically this just to talk what they want to talk about. Never call, never ask me, do I need anything, how I'm feeling, any of that. But I'm gonna go ahead, like I want to say, I'm not mad at them. I don't hate them. I love them and I forgive them. But Jonas Show, Mama and the Jetta Kage, it's been with me from the beginning. They have been sacrificing part of it, not pretty much to me. They've been sacrificing part of their life to actually take care of me, to help me live. They won't say that sacrifice, but I just said it that way to show the appreciation that what they are doing for me. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's my family. To me, that's who God blessed me with to help me on this journey to actually survive and live. Because I can tell you right now, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be right here talking to you right now. Because that support they give me and that love that they give me to make sure that I have everything I need to fight against this sickness. They talk to me, they help me. Jonas Show trained me and my spiritual meditations to actually get rid of this bitterness. Because this bitterness make you think of evil thoughts and have negative emotions, and my brain is affected by this whole situation, because I lose weight, constantly losing weight. I build it up some and I lose more than I build up, and that's eating on my brain too, because I'm not a big guy, so I don't have extra fat. So it's eating, got to eat something, and then when your body's hungry, it eats on you. So if it weren't for them, I won't be here right now. If it weren't for God blessing me, if it weren't for God, I won't be here right now. So I appreciate the ones that support me on this channel and continue to help me with this channel. Like support me, share my videos, make comments, tell me how they like my videos, because that means a lot to me, especially if you're going through a diet. Like a situation like I'm going through, constantly fighting for your life and everything. You just to know that you bring happiness to someone else from making a video that they enjoy watching. That brings so much joy to me. You know what I'm saying? That defeat the negative emotions, the negative stuff that going on with me. That helps defeat that, along with all the other stuff I just mentioned. But my death experience, I want to let y'all guys know, it was on Easter Sunday. God bless me endlessly. Now my stomach was hurting for a few days, but I thought it was just fine, because I had ulcers before, and I love hot sauce, you know what I'm saying? I love like spicy food, long as it's tasty, So I went and used to, I used the toilet a few times at work, but it's one of those toilets that employees got to actually open the door for you. Other than that, it's locked all day. And employees, they work, so they ain't like they constantly monitoring the bathroom. So I went in and took a poop. Stomach still hurting. I didn't really give it too much mind. Like I'm saying, I had ulcers before, so I'm thinking like, that's pretty much what it is. So I got off from work. I worked the early shift. The reason why I worked the early shift because Jonah Show, Mama Nin, and the Jetta and myself was going to actually be, celebrating Easter Sunday together, and we're going to actually be cooking and stuff like that. They already was home doing their cooking, getting to what they was preparing. They pretty much were almost done, so they were just waiting on me because obviously I was going to cook the ham. So when I got home, I cooked the ham. I put the ham in the oven, right? So when I got, so everybody was on the couch. We was watching the TV. I forgot what we was watching, but we was all having a nice time. My gut kind of like bubbled a little bit, so I was like, okay, cool. So you know what? I'm gonna go. I let everybody know I gotta go use the bathroom right quick. I'll be right back. They'll be like, okay, cool. And and the Jetta said, they'll keep an eye on the ham pretty much. While I'm going to use the bathroom. It's just in case something happened. So I went there and took a poop. Boom. So I'm like, okay, cool. Stomach felt like good after that. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got up, when the second wave hit. So I'm like, oh man, I got another second wave. I don't know why I said another second wave, but a second wave. So I'm sitting down, right? And then when I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm thinking everything's good, and then I get this what is this? What is I'm feeling right now? I don't understand, but I'm like constantly, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then at that time, I felt like I had to like throw up chuck. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I grabbed the trash can and lift up the trash can, about to get rid of up chuck. And next thing I know, I'm waking up. I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm like this over my legs, over my knees and stuff. So I'm waking up. I'm looking, the trash can on the side. The floor is pretty much covered with some dark burgundy looking liquid with chunks in it. So I'm like, what is this? What is this? So I'm like, I don't know what this is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, man, now I gotta clean all this up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm feeling fine at that brief moment. I was like, I gotta clean all this up. And then after a while, I started getting really sick and started feeling really bad. Even worse than when it first started. So I'm like, oh snap. So I'm like, okay, something ain't right. So I like said, help. You know what I'm saying? I'm screaming help. You know what I'm saying? I'm reaching over there trying to open up doors and help. I'm still on the toilet. And knowing I'm not still on the toilet, I'm still right? So I'm like, help, something ain't right. So when they came, so Jonah Show, Mama Nin, and the Jetta came. Jonah Show opened up the door, right? And soon when he opened up the door, I was looking in that area, and then my eyesight slowly went from light to dark. I actually stopped seeing. I lost my eyesight. I couldn't see no more. It was completely black. My eye wasn't closed. It was open. I literally saw my eyes. I actually literally saw it like that. And then that's all I remember. At that point in time, that's all I remember. The next thing I know, I was standing, and I saw like a golden tent looking light with some with whiteness in it. But the whiteness was not a cloud. You know how like you see a picture and they have like the heaven and light, but have like the heaven and light shining with the clouds and stuff. It wasn't cloud. It was like a milky looking mist energy type thing mixed in with the light, but the light shine so great golden that you see more of that than the actual milky thing, right? So I'm like, okay, so right, I'm like, okay, cool, but just to think, that was amazing, but the emotions that I had, I didn't have no more. Like the bit of emotion, the negative emotion, all that, I didn't have that anymore. My mind was clear. It wasn't in pain. I didn't have no negative thoughts. It was just peaceful. I can't even put the word. We don't, as far as I can tell, I don't know the words. If we have it, I don't know the words, how I can put that into words, how I felt. It was just peaceful. Beyond that, holy, greatness. It was just beautiful, you know. But I came back because I want to come back with my family. I know some of you probably like, I wouldn't came back. That's fine. You ain't had to come back. That would be your choice. But my choice was to come back to be with my family here. Because if I already made it to heaven at that point in time in my life, that means that my life that I'm living here is 100% right. So, because I live for God, I serve God, I love God, and God's laws and rules I try to follow by the best I can without sin. You know what I'm saying? So when people say that it's nothing when you die, they lying to you. From my experience, they lying to you, because if that was the case, I won't be back here, because I'd be nothing when I died. And I want to saw what I saw and felt what I felt. So, and I want to let you guys know that Jonas Show, he's a high spiritual guy. He teach me spirituality, and he teach me meditations and stuff like that to get my frequency level on a positive level. He was able to touch my chakras, and he was able to I actually saw him doing this. So I was able to actually lash onto him in this plane, this physical plane existence, and come back, because what level of spiritual reality that he's on, like his righteousness and his reality of spiritually is on point. Because in order for him to be able to do that, that means that he have to serve God, love God, just like I do. You know what I'm saying? You can reach these abilities, these levels, if you actually discipline yourself like you're supposed to. Not like these people say that it's all fake and all that. No, stuff is real. I experienced it. So you can't tell me nothing differently. Even before I experienced, you couldn't tell me nothing differently, because I knew within myself, in my heart, that God exists, just like you do. We're just confused about what the TV shows tell us, or these fake scientists tell us, because they talking about the Big Bang theories, everything's an accident. Well, then if that's the case, who created the Big Bang? It just didn't happen. Somebody had to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? You know, stuff just don't happen. Something did that to cause that to happen. You know what I'm saying? But the Big Bang, that's all fake and everything. Like, the force, I can tell what experience I have, that's all fake, because God created everything. You see what I'm saying? For my experience, God created everything. But the one thing I just want to let you guys know before I end this video, like I said, it ain't gonna be too long a video. I ain't getting too deep in details, because I want y'all to be here by like an hour or so, or 30 minutes or 2 hours, trying to, you know, if I break down everything too. If you do, please let me know. I would actually sit here and break down everything for you in clear detail. But what I want to say is, like, when you see someone out there sick and going through health problems, please be compassionate with the person that is going through that issue, because they going through a lot. They fighting for their life. They got a lot of bitterness and a lot of hatred that they have no control over. And they not hatred. It's not hatred towards you. It's hatred because what they're going through, and they going to these doctors, and these doctors ain't doing them, but giving them the run around, not giving them the true medicine like they're supposed to, and the doctors look at them like they lying and think they crazy, and then they family members that's supposed to actually help them, look out for them, they not doing it. So when you see someone's actually sick and going through a lot, please show them compassion. If they getting all rowdy and actually bitterness, you show them compassion, because that's what they need. They need that compassion. They need that love. Because when I was young and was healthy, I didn't think like that. I had to go through this life experience, this enlightenment, to actually understand what they're going through. I wish I never had to go through this experience for them to understand it. But by me going through this experience, I'm blessed to understand and find enlightenment in this experience to actually share with you guys. It's hard when you're sick and you're going through a lot of things. It's hard to keep a smile on your face. It's hard to actually think positive. It's hard to do things positive. It's hard to, even when you talk and speak, it's hard to be positive, especially if you don't have that support and love from your family or that compassion from a person that you don't know. We're all here together. This whole universe is created for us by God. We all live in the same universe. We all should be actually showing each other compassion to help each other out. Because remember, if you help one person, you're helping yourself. But I know, so it is actually, and then one thing I want to say about the King James Version Bible. I don't know why we still follow that Bible like it's law. That Bible is not laws to the way it got truth in it, but the truth mixed in with lies. And that's why a lot of people is confused of who God is. People think God is wrathful. God is not wrathful. People think God is not loving. God is very loving. People think God don't do anything. God do a lot for us and constantly doing a lot for us. And they say God is jealous. God is not jealous. Because when I was standing outside at Heaven Gate, when I felt like all that pureness and lovingness and holiness and stuff like that, if God was wrathful, I'd have felt that wrathfulness. If God was jealous, I'd have felt that jealousness. If God was like how they say, Lord Jesus say, Father, why are you forsaking me? Which is a lie to what I believe, because ain't no way Lord Jesus would tell that to Heavenly Father. This is Lord Jesus here. So so, and people think that's what happened. That's a lie. Cause ain't no way God would turn his back on you. God never turned his back on you. Only person that turned back on God is you, if you decided to do that. God will never turn his back on you. And God bless us every single day, but we refuse to understand and accept what God is blessing us with. You sitting right here watching this video of me talking about my life experience is a blessing. Why? Because you get to know who I am. You get to know experience that happened in my life that, you watching that. And then this help you out in experience in life. This right here help you out. You get to learn and you just gain experience. So for instance, like I told you about the heaven, like the golden light mixed in with the milky looking white energy and stuff like that. You never knew that until I told you what my experience was. I told you about Bugatti syndrome. You never understand what Bugatti syndrome was until I told you. So if you go look it up, you'll know what Bugatti syndrome is. Or if you don't look it up and someone say Bugatti syndrome, you're like, oh yeah, I know what that is because the dude I saw on video, he have it. You have your family and God bless you with. You have your you have so many blessings that people watch your videos and comment good and do good comments and do good positive things to you on your video. That is a blessing right there, because these people came, because if they want to be alive, they would have never comment. By God even like blessing them that give life to them, they were able to actually share their life with you. That is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So show compassion to people that is going through health problems. And it don't even have to be health problems. Show compassion to people, period. You know what I'm saying? Show compassion to people, period. And they say that, like I said, I ain't trying to get too deep into it. Like I said, if you want me to get a deeper video about this, let me know in the comments below. I would do a deeper video about what I believe, like in God and everything. I would do a deep video, because I can talk about this, my belief, how I see, to help y'all guys out if you want. I could talk about this all day. That's how I believe in God heavy. I believe in God with all my existence. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you got to read the Bible. That's why that King James Version, that's why I understand why a lot of us still follow that King James Version. That what you call it, king, whatever he's supposed to be, he's pure evil. He's demonic. Because why would you put your name King James? See, by saying King James Version, see that within itself, that's evil and corrupt. He's not an angel. He's not someone that God chose to write his words. He did that because he wanted to divorce his wife and many other things. They got you thinking that you go to a Catholic preacher and you tell him your deeds you did, and he tell you to go do 1,000 Hail Marys and you resolve your sin. He cannot resolve you of his sin because he's sinful. He's a mortal man. No one in the whole entire universe can resolve you of your sin. Only one person can resolve you of your sin, and that is God. You know what I'm saying? I knew something was wrong with that type of flow of things when they told me that I'm a serial murder, not a killer, a serial murder, because he planned on doing what he was doing, so he premeditated, so he was a murder. He can go right there to a Catholic preacher and tell them that he murdering people, he raping people, and all this stuff like that. And the Catholic preacher won't say anything to the authorities. That sounds a little demonic to me. That's why I say you got to pay attention to what they is preaching out there about God. Because if you don't, you'll fall in being confused and you think God is a certain way that God isn't. Like they say that all this corrupt, evil stuff is happening in the world. Why is God doing this? God ain't letting this happen. God set us free. All the reason why all that stuff is happening because we are allowing that to happen. If you want stuff to stop, we got to band together and stand up together with the realness and stop it. God already gave us everything. He gave you things when he gave you life. He gave this planet to us, and he gave this universe to us. We already got all we need. So we need to just stop tripping. Well, let me stop right here. What up, guys? I almost forgot when I was explaining in the video almost at the beginning of the video about when I had that throwing up that dark burgundy liquid stuff. Actually, I found out later that was actually internal bleeding I had. I had internal bleeding for 3 days. 3 days. So that was all nothing but old and new blood was all on the floor. And remember I was saying that I kept like boom. I'm thinking that was poop. That actually wasn't poop after the second wave I was talking about. That was actually blood. So I had blood coming out the bottom and out of here, out of my throat, you know, and I had a little bit coming out of my nose. So that was internal bleeding. Now, I didn't realize how dangerous it was, you know, because I'm going through I'm still in disorder, and you know, all this big situation was. I know it was dangerous, but you know, when you're going through a lot of stuff don't calculate, or you don't feel until someone actually tell you what is actually happening. Because the EMT, when he got there and he saw everything, I was in the ambulance, I could just see his eyes like this. And he literally told me that he don't see how I survived it. I should have been dead. I should have been dead, because they call that a severe ulcer when you have internal bleeding and stuff like that. And then when he took me to the hospital and he was telling the doctors about what happened, his eye was still big like this, and he was like, blood was everywhere, and he was just sitting there just looking at me, because he was saying that it was a miracle that I actually survived, because I'm a small guy. I never was a huge guy. I never was a big guy. I was a small guy. It pretty much, how small I am, like all my blood is pretty much like on the floor, you know what I'm saying, and in the toilet, you know. So he was really surprised that I survived that. The only reason why I survived that, y'all, is because God, because God helped me survive that. God did. That's all I wanted to say. I want to let y'all know about that. You know what I'm saying? That was internal bleeding I had for like 3 days. That was the doctor told me. That was internal bleeding for 3 days. So I had to stay in the hospital for like a week or so for they, for they can actually drain, for they can actually, because I had to take some kind of supplement. I had to drink. It about this a container I had to drink, and that right there, when I drank it, that when I actually go poop, where I wasn't pooping, it was actually pushing out the rest of the blood that was still in my stomach. So that's all I can let y'all guys know. I meant to say that at the beginning, so I had to put this video clip onto the video that I already edited, and I was like, oh, I gotta go let them know about this. So, like I say, I love you guys, and I appreciate your support, and continue to support me. I'm still here with you guys. I still enjoy what I do for you guys. I love it. And I love you guys too. But thank you guys for actually supporting me. That's some little bit of things I want to talk to you guys about. About my health issues. That's about it. So, if you want me to do a deeper video, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit us up on Rumble. Hit us up on Twitter. Also hit us up on our True Social. Also, all links will be down below. And like I say, we are united. We are the comics. We are the universe. We are comics.